What's good? What's good? I'm back. Yours truly, one and only Paul Pinker, host of the Paul Pinker Podcast, aka Triple P, aka the Common Sense Podcast. Your source for music, sports, politics, world events, and much, much more. Today I gotta react to this video. And the reason I gotta react to it is the video. It's about the two kids that ran over the guy on the bike and killed him, and he was a retired policeman. Well, I've been hit by a car before, so I can relate to this situation. This situation is near and dear to my heart, I guess you could say. But before we do that, though, I'm going to give you a word from promopalace.biz. And then we're going to get into this video about the two kids. Basically, I really want to react to one of the mothers of the kids coming out and saying the media is lying, even though it's clearly video footage. But before we do that, let me give you a word from promopalace.biz.
Looking for music marketing and promotion? Then look no further than Promo Palace LLC, your one-stop shop for all music promotion services. Services include Spotify playlist pitching, YouTube video promotion, record pool promotion, blog placements, radio airplay promotion, SoundCloud promotion, and much more. With over 2,000 customers and over 10 years of experience in online promotion, Promo Palace LLC is a company you can trust. For more info, please go to promopalace.biz. See you there.
That's right. You heard a beautiful lady. If you need online marketing promotions for your music product, brand, or service, please go to promopalace.biz. Get 15% off at music promo at promopalace.biz. Use coupon code Labor Day 2023. Just be sure to put that in the checkout and you'll get 15% off all music promo at promopalace.biz. Let's get into it.
Arrest in this case. Given the nature of the charges, we will pass this to the department. At that time, your attorney can file any motions regarding your custody.
A few moments later.
The court does find probable cause for your arrest in this case. Given the nature of the charges, sir, we will pass this to the department. At that time, you will be appointed an attorney, and your attorney can file any custody motions in that department.
Before Mr. Greg Foreman gets started, based off of what I just saw right there, the first cat, who is actually the one that was driving, looks like he has this much remorse for running somebody over and killing him. And the other one looks a little worried.
All right, guys, so we got to do an update on the story involving the young teen scholars who decided to go on a GTA-inspired joyride and be agents of chaos to the point where they decided to run over a retired police chief who was simply just biking on a road outside.
And you know what? Before he finishes, I know Greg's doing it just to, be funny and sarcastic. No way am I calling these kids young scholars. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Of Las Vegas. And the reason why I'm following up on this story is because, one, their identities have been revealed, so we know who they are, okay, and what they look like. And also the mothers of these teens are speaking out as well too, and they're at odds over their son's actions. And I want to talk about it because, again, this is a very sad and tragic story.
You know what's crazy? I sit there and ask myself, would my mom be at odds with me running over and killing somebody, or even being in the passenger seat of running over and killing somebody? Man, she would fucking disown me. And as she should.
I think should be a national news story. It's not getting the attention that I think that it should get. So I'm going to give you guys the latest updates and we're going to talk about it. So we're going to go ahead and get into this. Okay, I'm going to play a video of the mother's reactions and we're going to read about their reactions as well as, again, the current update on the teenagers who are now in custody over this heinous act of evil. But before we get into it, we have to have a word from the sponsor of this video, BioTrust. A new study reveals a surefire way to increase your odds of losing weight, and it's easier than you think. Apparently, the simple habit of just stepping on a scale on a frequent and daily basis increases your chances of losing unwanted pounds compared to if you didn't. Researchers believe that monitoring your body weight this way leads to you keeping your goals at the front of your mind and to recognize patterns that are working. But hundreds of thousands are looking to accelerate their weight loss with supplement support. I found an exceptional alternative that use naturally sourced and science-backed ingredients from Mother Earth to promote reduced fat storage by speeding up the breakdown of fat. And this amazing alternative is called Belly Trim by BioTrust. Ultimately, the natural ingredients inside work together to support weight management, reduce cravings, and a boosted metabolism. Most importantly, you can save 51% this month only. Plus, for a limited time, you will receive several free gifts, including free shipping, a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, free VIP live health and fitness coaching for life, and 2 free new ebooks titled Top 10 Foods That Burn Belly Fat and Top 8 Exercises to Reduce Belly Fat at no additional cost to you. Go to trimwithpatriot.com. That's trimwithpatriot.com, or click the link down in the description below before this once-in-a-lifetime deal sells out.
Might have to try that because I got a computer gut, and I know some people are probably like, why are you playing his sponsor and that? Because I do that when I support the content creators. When I support their content, I also let their sponsors run through my content as well, because that's just how I do.
I was in court as the 17-year-old accused of being the driver in that intentional, deadly hit and run learned he is moving to the adult system. He will no longer,
As he should,
be in juvenile court here. That is the standard in Nevada, as he's expected to face a murder charge. This is video of the teen
as he should.
when he appeared in court more than a week ago. Today, our camera was not permitted. We did try talking with the teen's mother after the hearing. Can you give us your family side of the story, please?
I don't know what happened to my son. I don't know. I'm sorry.
The passenger accused of recording this viral video was arrested Tuesday. The teens are accused of a crime spree on August 14th. This included this intentional hit and run, which resulted in the death of 64-year-old cyclist Andreas Andy Probst. Moments before that, a hit and run with a car on the road. And earlier that morning, police say the teens hit another cyclist, a 72-year-old man who survived. Police also revealing the teens stole 4 cars that day. The passenger was also in court here Wednesday morning. We're working to find out more about his case. The 17-year-old accused driver is expected to be moved to the adult jail now. Because these are juvenile hearings here, the names and faces are not yet public. I specifically asked the hearing master in the 17-year-old's hearing whether the name is public now. He said we do not have the court's permission. At this time, we are waiting until he shows up in the adult jail or the adult court system for the records. Reporting in Las Vegas, Vanessa Murphy, 8 News Now.
Yeah, so you see that, you heard that. Now, despite the mainstream liberal media's attempt to conceal and hide the identities of these two evil teenagers, their identities actually have been revealed, and the names of the young scholars are Jesus, Iola, and Jasmine Keys.
You know what's crazy? The idea that the media feel the need to make these kids the victim when they ran somebody over and killed them. What the fuck is this world coming to, man? Where we're fucking enabling and supporting criminals over non-criminals. This guy's just riding his fucking bike and gets ran over and killed.
They were arrested last month, again, after recording themselves striking the cyclist. Now, they showed up in court and they are going to be tried as adults, as you guys heard in that news clip, which they should. And I want to go ahead and actually show you guys the footage of them in court because, again, I want you to see what these young scholars look like. Take a look.
First case, Jesus Ayala, 23 PC 072445.
Morning, Your Honor. David Westbrook, Robert O'Brien, on behalf of Mr. Ayala.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ayala. The court does find probable cause for your arrest in this case. Given the nature of the charges, we will pass this to the department. At that time, your attorney can file any motions regarding your custody.
Why this motherfucker have to have a UNC tattoo on his face? Why did he have to have a fucking tattoo on his face of my favorite fucking college team? The UNC Tar. Why do you have to have a UNC Tar Heels logo on his fucking face, man? And just look at this kid. You could tell no remorse. No remorse. You know, I'm a UNC fan, but any jackass that gets UNC tatted on his face, what are you supposed to think? Are you supposed to think that this is a good kid or a smart kid or a decent kid? Or, to be honest with you, tattoos on the face, you don't really see too many decent people with tattoos on their face. I'm just calling it like it is, man. I'm calling it like it is. I don't see too many decent human beings with tattoos on their face.
Your Honor, I'm asking that this be transferred to Department 2 so it can be consolidated with the co-conspirator under the lower case number.
Your Honor, my understanding was that this was already assigned to Department 8. Is that incorrect?
It is assigned currently to Department 8, but there's the other co-conspirator is in Department 2, and I'm asking for that's a lower case number to be assigned to Department 2 for purposes of consolidation so they can be filed together.
Your Honor, my request would be that it go to the department to which it is currently assigned, and if the state would like to do a motion to consolidate, and if they can prove that the two cases which are not currently consolidated should be consolidated, they have to do that by motion. They can't just get a de facto consolidation simply for convenience sake.
At this time, we'll keep the cases assigned as they are, and the state can file any appropriate motions regarding consolidation.
I gotta throw this out there. The judge is cute.
September 26th, Justice Court 2, 8:38. I'm sorry, Justice Court 8, 8 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Jasmine Keys, 23 PC 072433. Good afternoon, sir. The court does find probable cause for your arrest in this case. Given the nature of the charges, sir, we will pass this to the department. At that time, you will be appointed an attorney, and your attorney can file any custody motions in that department.
September 26th, Justice Court 2, 8:30 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm not gonna lie, he looked like he's thinking hard about the consequences of joyriding in a car while hitting somebody riding a bike and killing them. There's no way I could be in a car with somebody and they go to do that and I don't like try to swerve the damn the steering wheel off to the left or the right or some way to avoid. There's no way I could just joyride killing somebody, man. 17 years old, man. Why? I mean, I'm gonna say there's probably no way to get off on this. It's on video. Life is pretty much over. Lives are pretty much over. 17 years old, stealing cars, and it's not enough that you stealing cars. You gotta you think it's cool to just run somebody over on a bike, man. No, that's some evil shit. That's some evil shit. I don't want to hear young scholars coming out of anybody's fucking mouth about these two evil motherfuckers. And you know what? I'm not even going to say the one in the passenger seat is as evil as the one driving. I'm not even going to say that. But if he has no remorse about it, he's an evil motherfucker.
Yeah, so you saw the two criminals, right? The two thugs, the two killers.
Not young scholars.
Okay, you see them here now. This is what they look like. Now, again, the reason why I'm showing you this is because there was a lot of speculation in regards to their race. Okay, it seems that one of them is Hispanic and the other one is black, I guess, right? Now, according to the leader of the LBA race hustlers, Tariq Nasheed, he thought they were for sure going to be white supremacists, right? And the names came out. Now,
of course he did, because that's what far left liberals do. They just assume every fucking thing. They make assumptions. They think the worst of everything. They call facts and truth hate speech. I mean, I can keep going on.
all of a sudden, the mythical white Hispanic has come up, right? White Hispanics. I wonder is he actually going to correct himself now that one of the teenagers has revealed to be.
What the fuck is a white Hispanic? What the fuck is a white Hispanic? I was like, I'm still trying to figure out. Somebody at the store told me that he was a Democratic, conservative Democrat. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Is that even a real thing? A conservative Democrat? A white Hispanic? Next thing you know, we're going to have black Caucasians.
Black, right? Is he actually going to issue an apology for trying to allude to this idea that they're white for sure? The Hispanic one is the 17-year-old. He was the driver. And the black one, the 16-year-old, he was the passenger. Now, the Hispanic one has a UNC tattoo on his face, which...
Thank you, Greg, for calling that out again. I really appreciate you calling it out and let people know that my favorite college basketball team is tatted on his fucking evil moron's face. And he's making me look bad as a fucking UFC. You know how bad I look as a UFC fan right now? Like, this makes me look bad as a UFC fan. And it's not even funny, man. A man is dead. A man is dead. It's not, but why the fuck did he have to have a UNC tattoo on his fucking face, man? Why couldn't it have been the Duke Blue Devils or NC State Wolfpack or something?
You know, again, I just hate, right? Absolutely hate the fact he has a UNC tattoo on his face. But again, you know, these are the type of individuals, okay, if you see them on the street, you can already guess by stereotyping, aka using your common sense, that these individuals.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I know people like you can't judge a book by its cover. You know what they really mean to say is you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, because you can with these two. I'm sorry, you can with these two. At least the one with no remorse and the UNC tattoo on his face. I mean, anybody who's got a tattoo on his face, you could pretty much assume they don't work in the corporate world. They don't work a regular job, a regular 9 to 5 in customer service, Like, the only job dudes with tattoos on their face are working is like construction jobs. Construction jobs, that's it. Paving roads. Like, once you get a tattoo on your face, you've pretty much decided that you've excluded yourself from working most jobs in society. And if you excluded yourself from working most jobs in society, and your only option is construction, and you're not even working that, I would think that you're living a life of crime. I would have to assume by putting 2 and 2 together and getting 4 that you're living a life of crime by using common sense and common knowledge. And there's some people in this world that just look crazy as fuck. They look crazy as fuck, and I'm gonna judge a crazy looking motherfucker by the cover. If you look crazy, I'm gonna assume you're crazy. And I'm sorry, when I see tattoos on the face, I definitely assume you don't go to church 7 days a week.
Individuals are probably dangerous, okay? That they are a threat to society, okay? And lo and behold, they have a history of committing crimes and violence and theft. Now, of course, you have, always that one woke revolutionary in the comment section here. This person says, kids make mistakes. They deserve a second chance, not life imprisonment. Yeah.
Wait, hold up. You know what I hate about this? If we're talking about them just stealing the cars, stealing a car, second chance. We're talking about them taking a life. And you know who doesn't get a second chance? The guy they fucking ran over and killed. The guy they fucking ran over and killed doesn't get a second fucking chance. And his family doesn't get a fucking second chance to spend time with him. If he's got kids, they don't get a fucking second chance. No, when you kill somebody, as far as I'm concerned, when you kill somebody, unless it's self-defense, you don't deserve a second chance. I would never, ever out of my mouth say anybody that killed somebody in cold-blooded murder, which this is cold-blooded murder, deserves a second chance. Throw that motherfucker in front of a firing squad for all I fucking care. I don't care how you kill him. They can go. They can go. They don't deserve a second chance because that life they took with cold-blooded murder, intentionally doesn't get a second chance. Now we're talking about robbery, stealing cars, breaking in houses, petty crimes. Yeah. I don't even know if I would give rapists and pedophiles a second chance. And I wanted it, they're kids. I don't give a fuck if they're a kid. They knew what they were doing. They know.
Again, naive fool. Okay, they definitely deserve life in prison, no doubt. Now, I want to actually read
at the minimal. At the minimal, that's what they deserve is life in prison. At max, what did Shabazz the disciple say? Death be the penalty. Death be the penalty. When you kill somebody in cold-blooded murder, you don't deserve a fucking second chance. They don't get a second chance.
Some of the comments here from the mothers because it's pretty interesting. Now, you saw the mother of the Hispanic one, a Latino boy, in that news clip very briefly. She says by phone, quote, I don't know why he did this. She said, I don't know if God can forgive.
I know why he did it, because you were a terrible fucking mother. Because too many parents think they could do 33% of their fucking job and they've done their job. Too many parents are not there mentally and emotionally for their kids. How do I know? Hey, my father committed suicide when I was 5 years old, never met him. And guess what? Nobody was there mentally, emotionally for me as a kid. My grandmother was the closest one, but that was later in my life. Later in my life. when I wasn't a kid. Through my childhood, nobody was there for me mentally, emotionally. I turned out okay, but it doesn't always result in that. The odds are against you when there's not two parents in the home, when there's not a parent there mentally and emotionally, when they're just physically there in the household.
Yes. It's a good question. That's up to God. But for me personally,
Well, I don't believe in God, so it's not up to God. It's up to man to punish him. It's up to if this is the laws of nature, if there's laws of nature, there would be no question of what the penalty would be. Kill or be killed. And if somebody kills somebody you love, you go kill them in the laws of nature. Like, there's no morals in the laws of nature. There's no right or wrong in the laws of nature. There's just survival of the fittest, kill or be killed. This would be, in the laws of nature, it'd be total revenge. It'd be, okay, you killed my line of a girlfriend, and I go and get revenge. But, we live under man's laws in society and man's punishment. So it's up to man to punish him, not up to God, a make-believe fairy tale God. And, I like Greg Foreman. I agree with a lot what he says. But once these conservative content creators start making everything about God and all roads lead to God, that's when they're a little delusional themselves.
I don't think that we should be lenient on these kids. Okay, I don't think we should be lenient on them. Okay, I think that they should be punished to the fullest extent of the law for this heinous crime. Now, what is actually interesting and unsurprising to me is that you have the mother of the black teenager. She's being more defiant, okay? She is not really trying to hold her son accountable, and she's trying to pretend like there's some other side of the story here that wasn't shown on video. Let's read here. The 8 News Now investigators reached out to his mother by phone. This is the black teenager. She initially hung up and then responded to a text message stating her family was not making any statements or addressing any accusations without.
You know what's already wrong about this story? And why I'm calling cap on anything that comes out her mouth. You notice they said they didn't contact the parents. The parents, just the mother, the single mother. No father in the household. Once again, when there's no father in the household, a woman cannot teach a kid how to become a man. You cannot teach a kid how to become a man. You cannot teach a boy how to become a man.
Out their legal team. Quote, my son's side of the story will be told, quote, the truth, not the inaccuracies the media will try to portray. The text read.
Truth.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out which part of it is
what
inaccurate.
Truth is she talking about?
Was it the part on video where your son was joyriding with his friend after stealing cars and hitting people, right? Causing chaos? Was it the part where they were laughing before and after they killed a man simply for riding his bike? Was it the part where they actually hit and killed a man? Was that inaccurate? Like, which part of this is inaccurate? I'm not sure, right? But again, I'm not surprised considering the background of this teenager. Let's read here. Police reveal at a news conference on Tuesday that the teens were involved in a crime spree starting with a hit and run of another cyclist. The 17-year-old man survived. Police said they believe Keys was a driver at the time. Yeah, so essentially, these two agents of chaos were riding around trying to find people to hit, okay? And they hit one old guy and knocked him off his bike, and they killed him, and then all of a sudden they were surprised. But they have been essentially doing that all day, okay? Which, again, is just so messed up to think about. It really is.
You know what? I think when parents come out and defend this kind of behavior, they need to be locked up too. They need to be investigated and locked up too. They need to be held accountable as well. It's very pathetic to see a parent enabling and defending this kind of behavior. You have to be the most scumbag piece of shit of a human being. Like I told you, my mother would disown me if I ran somebody over and killed them with a car. If I even joyriding, she would fucking disown me. And anybody that knows me, I was hit by a car about 4 or 5 years ago. I was crossing Butts and Clifton, which is about 4 lanes. I was 3.5 into crossing the road, and this old white lady hit me with a car. Broke my femur in my leg, broke every toe in my foot. I got a screw in every foot, metal rod in my leg. It dislocated my shoulder. I got a scar from, let's see if I can show you. Yes, I got a scar from here to, like you see the scar right here. This scar going right all the way up here. Dislocated my whole shoulder. And because she want, because on Button Cliff there, the people, I was crossing this way, she was coming this way and going through the light was yellow, and they always like to speed through the yellow light because you got traffic coming straight across and you got traffic coming this way while I'm going this way. So she hit me, literally didn't even come over to see if I was okay. It was right by a store on us in Cliffdale. Didn't see if I was, like, complete strangers had to come up and help me make sure I was okay. And this was actually the same day my grandmother died. My grandmother died this day. I got hit by the car. One of the worst days of my life. And all I could really think about is how bad of a day it was after I got hit. But the lady that hit me, like, I know this is mean to say, but I could care less what happens to her. If anything bad happened to her in life, I would care less. Just for the simple fact, she did not come over to see if I was okay. One time, she had the nerve to call her husband, like she's the one that need emotional support. Well, my leg is turned sideways, every toe was broken, dislocated shoulder, and they cut up my goddamn Joyner Lucas t-shirt in the process. I was so pissed. They cut up my Joyner Lucas t-shirt, and the cops did not take my side of the story. The cops totally screwed me. I got no money off insurance, anything of this. They basically sided with her. And, like, I mean, how can you not see somebody crossing 3.5 lanes? How can you not see it? Because she wasn't looking. And after I got hit, they want to put stoplights at the end of that corner when there was no stoplights whatsoever there before. I totally got screwed. Now, what's crazy is I wouldn't take back getting hit by the car because it instilled some things into me. It instilled some discipline in me that wasn't there. I was getting complacent with my business. My attention to details is so much deeper now. I never realized how mentally, emotionally, and physically strong I was until I got hit by a car. You get hit by a car, you know what? You know that saying, "What don't kill you makes you stronger." It was true for me. It was true for me. Um, it definitely made me mentally, emotionally, and physically stronger. I mean, I didn't have a tear come out my eyes when my leg turned sideways. They literally had to tie my leg to my other leg to keep it straight, and they said they never had to do that at Cape Fear Valley Hospital ever. Hurt like a bitch, but yeah, and that was just by accident. I mean, I know the woman didn't purposely mean to hit me. I know she was stressing. She was under a lot of emotional stress after hitting me. But still, the fact that she couldn't even come over and check to see if I was okay and I was right, see if I was okay or if I was right, you know, is good to go or whatnot. Didn't she? I mean, she didn't even come over and say nothing to me. Like, if there's a thing called karma, she has karma coming for her. Just because she didn't care to make sure I was okay. She was more worried about her emotional state than the fact that she almost killed me. She almost killed me. So yeah, this one is a little touchy for me. I mean, you could execute these kids and I would have no remorse. I would have no remorse whatsoever. What do you think was going to happen when you run somebody over with a car intentionally? You think just because they're on a bike, they're gonna have a soft landing? No. And that's the thing. They were probably going full speed to hit the guy. The lady that hit me, she was going fast, but she was turning. So she couldn't go full speed, but she was trying to speed through the yellow light. She was trying to get through that yellow light before a car came, for the cars that were coming across or the cars that were turning on the same road that I was going across. So, yeah, man, excuse me if these kids don't deserve a fucking second chance. Lock them up, throw away the key at minimal, and if they never get out, I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I think that's sufficient. Because, I'm sick and tired of people thinking cold-blooded murderers deserve a second chance. The life you took doesn't get a second chance. Their life is gone forever. It's over, done with. If he lived, if the guy lived, maybe we could give him a second chance. Yeah, we could give him a second chance if he lived. Once you take a life, I mean, you intentionally attempt to harm somebody and you kill them, second chances. Hell no. Not my book. Not one bit. I would feel no remorse no matter what bad happens to them. I mean, if they go to prison and they get fucked up in prison, hey man, I don't really believe in karma. If there is a thing out there called karma that exists, they're due for some. They're due for some, you know? So once again, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Paul Pickett Podcast. And once again, I'm out.